Hello, welcome back. I need to share this information with you. In the last year or so, Lightroom has come on leaps and bounds. And I think what's pushed it is probably other programs are getting better. So Adobe are about to up their game a little bit. And Lightroom can do so much now. The remove tool's so much better. The masking is so much better. You can refine the masking. And have so much control with it. And what it's done, it's now made me able to process a pinmill image, a fine art shot, like I would do in Photoshop, but now all in Lightroom. And I'm going to show you how I do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is try and remove the horizon. Now what I would say is, when you're trying to remove the horizon, when you're taking the shot, try and get the horizon in the right position. So where it intersects with your subject, it's easier to remove. And it'll make your life so much easier if you do that. So just a little tip there to try and do that if you can, where possible. So I'm just going to grab the remove tool. I'm going to select the generated AI, remove, object to where I'm going to leave that. Size, I'm just going to up the size a little bit, and all I'm going to do is paint over this part of the bank on the opposite side, in other words the horizon, and get rid of that area there. There's a little bit here that's in the image that I'm going to get rid of as well. I'm just going to apply, and I'm going to see what it actually does. We can work with whatever it does, and we can keep trying until we achieve what we want it to achieve. So let's just see how it gets on first. Okay, it's done a fantastic job. I don't think I need to do any more to that than what it's already done. That is superb. It's exactly what I wanted. Now, it doesn't work like that every time. Sometimes it will create another horizon. You just got to keep working at it. So we'll select the remove tool again, and this time I'm just going to remove the middle of the boats, or the middle of the horizon behind the boats. So we'll do that. Now, one thing I would say, if you're going up to selecting up to a boat, just go over the boat just slightly, because it'll recognise that boat and hopefully put that part back in. It's exactly what it's done. So again, we'll try again with this bit. And the other tip I would say is, be quite aggressive at the beginning on what you want to achieve. If it doesn't work, do smaller areas. We'll just add that a little bit there and apply. If it doesn't work, do smaller areas and keep hacking at it till you get something that you want to achieve. Now, it might do where it does a fantastic job because of the opposite side. So we're just going to select the best. That's not too bad. I can work with that. It's a little bit harsh line. Let's have a look at that. That's probably, look, I'll tell you what, I'm going to just refresh and try again, just to see what it comes up with. So I actually like what it were originally. So we need just to try once more, I think. That's not too bad. What I'm going to do, I'm going to work with, let's have a look at that one. Let's work with this one. No. I'm going to select this one, and then I'm going to work at the removing again. So we'll just downsize the brush. We'll remove those bits. We'll come up to here. We'll remove all of that there. Move that bit there. That bit of shadow, like so. And we'll just apply and see what it comes up with again. I missed one little bit that might alter it, just where that little part of the boat is. Never mind. So again, that's not too bad at all. We'll just skip through them. Okay, I prefer number one, and all we're going to do again, so we're going to select the remove tool again. I'm going to remove these little bits here, and again, I'm just going to try and see if it'll remove that horizon line. Okay, we'll try once more. Now if it doesn't work, we could just, like I say, just select smaller areas and work with that. You will get there in the end, you will achieve what you want to in the end. So it's still putting the odd little thing in. So what I'm going to do, the horizon looks a lot better there. So I'm just going to come out, back in, and I'm just going to select these couple of bits that I don't want in the image. Apply. Right, I think what's happening is because it can see that shadow. If we just undo that, we've still got a little bit of the shadow. So that's my fault for not selecting that. So we'll just select that. Apply once more. So it's a little bit of trial and error. Again, that's loads better. I think what I'm going to do is try one more selection over the horizon. If it doesn't work, I'm not too bothered because I know I can work with it. So we're just going to go up to there, apply, and this is just try one more. So it's actually made that more sharper. That's a softer one. And there you go, it's almost gone completely. So I'm going to choose that one. So it will worth just giving it one more go. So I'm just going to come out the image. So we've near enough got rid of the horizon as much as possible. The next thing I want to do is apply a radial mask over the whole of the image, something like so. But I want to subtract subjects. That should hopefully recognise the boats and subtract them from the mask. So all we affect is the background, which is done. It's done a great job. So what I'm going to do then is just drop the DAs like so, somewhere where we want it. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Horizon's now disappeared. We've achieved what we wanted to achieve. All we need to do now is process that image a little bit more up in the shadows and etc. So we'll just do that. Before I do that, I'm just going to have one more mask on this side somewhere here. I'm just going to bring it to around there, and I'm just going to drop the DAs slightly again just to blend, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. And DAs again, just to get that horizon blending in even more. Fantastic, that looks fantastic. So we'll do some global adjustments. We'll up the shadows a little bit. We'll drop the highlights a little bit like so. Fantastic, which is starting to bring a little bit of detail back in as well, which is nice. So we'll drop the blacks and up the whites. What I'm thinking of, to make it more painterly, if I drop the blacks down, it will look more painterly, the image, but we still want to keep a lot of texture. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mask select the boats, which is select subject. That should do a pretty good job. It has done. So what I'm going to do then is just up the clarity of the boats like so, which will give it a little bit more oomph. And I'll also up the texture. Actually, what I'm going to do is just up the texture, opposite that, and clarity just a touch. Fantastic. What I'm going to do next is we'll have a linear grad to the bottom. We shall darken that area off just slightly, and what I'm also going to do is just up the DAs on it just slightly. When we do this, it will add a little bit of colour, but we're going to just refine that in a moment. We're just going to drop the saturation down a bit, but we'll do it as a global. So all I'm going to do now is add another linear grad to the top of the image, coming towards the top of the boats there. We shall, not too bothered about it clipping on the mask at the top there, that's not too bothered. We won't go too much there. We could subtract object, and hopefully if it does recognize that object there, the mast, then maybe it will subtract it from the image. It's not done a great job, so we shall remove the object like so. That's fine. I'm quite happy with that. Next thing I'm going to do is a radial filter just to get a bit of vignetting in the sides there. So just drop the exposure down like so. And same with the opposite side. So just another one, roughly the same, just coming in, just dropping down the exposure like so. That looks fantastic. And then all I'm going to do now is we'll just drop down the saturation just a little bit, make it a little bit more grungy. We'll come out of the image. Fantastic. That's how easy it is to create fine art in Lightroom. It is fantastic. No chopping and cutting and masking. The masking's done a good enough job for us to work with. And then I'm just going to work very quickly on the black and white. And I would edit the black and white just slightly different to give it a bit more punch. And maybe what I would do is select a radial filter. I want these boats to stick out a little bit. Actually, we'll select that one of them first filters, and I'm just going to up the exposure on it so that it's a little bit whiter in the background, a little bit more foggy, which is actually creating a vignette. But with that, I'm going to put my own vignette in to make it a little bit stronger somewhere there. So again, radial filter, invert, drop the exposure down like so. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'm going to up the whites a little bit, and I'm just going to make it a little bit more eye key. I don't want to get rid of those shadows, but I want to get a bit of black in there. So that is brilliant. Okay, so it just shows you what you can achieve in Lightroom 2024 that you couldn't achieve that in 2023. I've enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.